The Charleston Magazine has been a staple here in Charleston since 1975. In this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I sit down with the editor-in-chief, Darcy Shankland. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores.
Darcy, it is so good to see you.
I know, it's been too long.
4 years from what I understand.
4?
I went
4
back
already?
went back and looked at the old interview, with the flip camera I had.
I know, I love that interview though.
Oh, thank you.
You did a great job and I enjoyed it. I usually get nervous about things like this and you're a pro. You
Oh.
totally put me at ease.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.
You bet.
It's been 4 years. So catch me up about what's going on with you.
Oh, still at Charleston Magazine.
Yeah, right.
Heading up the team there, and what a great team it is. I'm still, this August, next month will be 17 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so very excited about that. Doing lots of great work, every monthly issue.
Yeah.
With lots of cool things going on. 2 years ago, we celebrated our 40th anniversary. Were you aware of all that?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. This is
All of
amazing.
yay, 40 years from 1975, so now we're in year 42.
Wow. What is the biggest difference between 1975 and now?
Well, then I was only 5 years old. But if you look at past issues,
Right.
Charleston Magazine came out in August of 1975. It was a quarterly magazine. It was oversized. It was actually quite beautiful. They put artwork on the cover every issue. But it's just fun to go back and read what people were concerned about then, the type of lifestyle coverage they were doing back then. And the most fun is looking through the ads.
Yes, oh yes.
All the old fashions,
Right.
all the old fonts.
Exactly.
You should come to my office. I have all of them.
I tried stopping
Come
by there a
flip
couple
through.
weeks ago.
You did? I missed you.
I think you're on a photo shoot. So.
Yeah.
I'll definitely make that happen soon.
Yeah, do.
Describe to me the following one word. Charleston, the #1 city in the United States, and of course, #2 in the world.
Traffic. No, we just had a social media post about that.
Yes.
Of course, we got the news
Right.
from Travel and Leisure, and I was sort of likening it to we were the world's most polite city for all of those years, and they said we're going to need to retire that title. And I was like, couldn't we retire that title now and
Yes.
let some other city have it?
Right.
We all know it's the best city.
Yes.
We love visitors. We love having everyone enjoy everything there is for Charleston that Charleston offers, but everybody's feeling the push now.
Yeah.
It's a little crowded.
Right.
And it's not that there's not room for growth, but we really need to look at infrastructure and the planning and balance of the city, so that our residents can enjoy the city as much as the visitors do.
I agree with that. The total solar eclipse in August.
Yes, that's actually in this issue that I brought you.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Deal really is. I mean,
Do you remember eclipses when we were kids?
Right, I do.
Do you remember doing that and your
Yes.
mom being like, put these glasses
Right.
on? and-
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, this is unlike any other in 99 years.
Wow.
It's the first time in 99 years, a total solar eclipse. Not,
Right.
a lot of them are just partial.
Yes.
Total solar eclipse from west coast to east coast, traveling 2,700 miles an hour. So be hitting Charleston 2:47 p.m.
August
on Monday,
21st.
August 21st. Got your glasses?
I need to get some.
I do too. I'll order you some from Amazon.
thank
That's
you.
still on my to-do list.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
know the folks
What
at
are your plans?
Well, I'm actually going to be at work that day.
You are?
Yeah,
So
so
you'll
we'll have-
just pop out on the street and,
Well, I work on the streets every day at the Qology on City
Right.
Market, so I'll be able to see that and see the tourists come through.
okay, I
and-
wasn't sure if you were back in the building or if you can,
I'm outside, so I can see every lane.
oh, right on.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah. Well, our boss let us off. Speaking of traffic, I'm worried about traffic that
Oh,
day.
yeah, it's going to be crazy because we're going to have like millions of people in town.
Yes.
Cruise ships.
What's the estimate? Anywhere from 500,000 to 2 million coming to the state of South Carolina.
Yeah, because Greenville's all about that too.
Greenville, Spartanburg, Columbia,
Columbia.
Charleston.
Yes.
Out of those cities, where would you visit?
This is home, but everyone knows that Columbia.
I'm partial to Charleston,
Really?
so yeah, of course.
Yeah, but you know,
But
Columbia's.
they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it
Get it
too.
too.
And I-95 is gonna be
Ooh.
a parking lot.
Yes.
So plan ahead.
Exactly.
Have a place to be.
Yeah, you're right.
And you'll be at work. So
Right.
I'm just worried. Actually, there's a full list of all the events happening in
Okay.
here, and as we were calling around to various folks, because if you think about it, be out on a boat, be
Yes.
on a rooftop, go to the beach. What about eco tours?
Right.
Well, the folks like Coastal Expeditions,
Yes.
they've been sold out for
Wow.
months and months.
Wow.
They had a waiting list going, but they
Right.
were like, we stopped taking that because, at a certain point.
Doesn't make sense yet.
But an interesting thing that those folks had to say is, I'm worried about my employees being able to get to work that day. So I said to our boss, how about giving us the day off? And he did.
Oh, good.
So thanks, Jed.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
So yeah, we're making our plans close to home.
Well, you know, Columbia is where I want to live, so that's another place.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, so.
Maybe. I may not be at work today, that day, I don't know, we'll see. The College of Charleston being awarded the most beautiful college campus around.
I think that's a great move. I think it's well deserved. The Cistern is one of
Yes.
my favorite places to be.
Yeah.
Spoleto, anytime, no matter who's playing there, it's
Yes.
worth going just because the venue is so beautiful. I did not attend the college, as you know,
Right.
so I'm partial to my alma mater, which is UC Santa Barbara. Actually, a campus on the beach,
Right.
on the
Yeah.
coast, so,
It's
yeah,
tough.
but Charleston is beautiful.
Yeah. And as you know, the sad news, the fish restaurant's closing by, I believe, July 15th.
Well, it's closing, so that iteration will be gone, but the folks who own it
Right.
are developing a new concept.
Yes.
And they're so very talented,
Yes.
and it's a great space that maybe it's time for something new there.
Yeah.
Plus, Nico, their
Yeah.
former chef, has his own place
Right.
opening in Mount Pleasant, hopefully by the end of summer. So,
Ooh.
yeah, oysters and such, and
Yeah.
seafood and little French twist
Yes.
over in Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant.
So I think that's all good.
Yes, it really is. I gotta take you to July 7th of this year. You posted a photo and followed me on Facebook.
Oh.
Yeah, quote, "Oh, what I wouldn't give to get to hug this awesome lady today. Happy birthday, Mom. Miss you every single day." As you know, everyone knows that your mom passed away, unfortunately, last year.
2014.
2014.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost 3 years later, what memories still play in your mind of your mom?
Every day I talk to her. I do, so it's a little bittersweet. You're getting a Barbara Walters moment, I think, aren't you? I'm tearing up a little bit, but my mom was a teacher. She was a very cool lady. She, I don't know if you saw the responses from all of my friends.
Yeah.
My friends loved her.
Yes.
My husband loved her.
Yes.
Her friends loved her. She was, a great mom and a good person, very generous, taught second grade for her whole career. When she passed, we heard from so many students who continued to, I saw letters from students who continued to correspond with her through the years, checking in, letting her know what they were up to.
Right.
So she was special. She was very special, and I continue to check in with her. It's it's more like a guardian angel,
Right.
and make sure that she's proud of me and helps guide me in my decisions. So
She's up in heaven.
thank you for bringing her up. Darcy Shankland was a cool lady.
Yeah, we talked about it during the last interview.
We
4 years ago.
did.
Yeah.
When we did. That was, when she told me that the Hunley
Right.
was a parade. Yeah, so you got my mom's sense of humor.
Yeah. Yeah, she's still, having fun up there in heaven.
She sure is. She sure is.
The tragedy. You said Charleston Magazine said this quote on Facebook. On June 17th, 2015, our city was shaken by the horrific tragedy at Bobby Emanuel AME Church. Today we honor the 9 lives we lost and all who were impacted. #strong together. Tell me, how strong are we 2 years later after this horrific tragedy?
That's a good question, and it's one that we looked at last summer in our June issue. I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
that, but it was an annual AME 1 year later. And we looked at all of the various programs that were born out of that, and it was, money that came from the College of Charleston, and money from Boeing, I believe, and the grants that were set up at Coastal Community Foundation.
Right.
Through the College of Charleston, I know they started, and I'm going to try to remember, it's a long name, but the gist of it is Center for Equality and Racial Justice.
Sounds right.
And so they were doing programming around that and having various speakers on an international and a national level come in. I think it's there's a long way to go. And there's the question of the church itself. How is the church doing?
Right.
Because there was quite a bit of schism there afterwards. How are those families doing?
Right.
I just saw in the news the other day about the book drive
Right.
that Cynthia Hurd's family continues. And so, I think it's a very sad milestone that we'll look back on from year to year. But let's hope that some of the initiatives that have started with the tragedy, that as we move forward, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years,
Right.
let's hope we've pushed the needle in the right direction on some of the issues.
I hate to talk about tragedy, but I want to take you to May 17th of this year. Actually, you wrote this on Charleston Magazine's website, I believe. You said this quote, "On Monday morning, the Charleston Magazine staff and I arrived at our office to learn the heartbreaking news that our dear friend and colleague photographer, Christopher Shane Brown, has died in a canoe accident while on a job in Vermont. The awful message met us in a collective shock and disbelief. This just couldn't be. Not Chris. He's young, just 35, athletic and brimming, with light and energy, talent and promise." Talk to me about Shane's energy, promise, and talent.
Did you know Chris?
No.
Or see any of his images?
I've seen most of it.
Oh,
Okay.
This is a little bittersweet. This was the last project that Chris did with us.
Wow.
And he went to, he started with us as an intern many, many years ago, and I think he was just out of Trident Tech.
Wow.
And he wanted to learn everything. He's a lot like you. You've done a lot. You've done some
Yes.
interning and
Right.
really wanting to
Right.
learn a business.
Yes.
Well, he pursued it with that sort of drive and determination. Very talented young man, and I likened him. I wrote an in memoriam about him that's on our website,
Yeah.
and I likened him at that time to a lab puppy because he was full of enthusiasm, sweet, sweet person, full of talent as well, and hadn't quite grown into his feet. Well, we watched him sort of grow up.
Yeah.
We watched his talent develop and mature. He did all sorts of shoots for us. People, great getting along with people.
Right.
Homes, product, food, lifestyle, activities. And so this is a little bittersweet. We had him go to Skate Charleston, which is the skate park, the new skate park.
Right.
And he went and documented that for us in this sort of photo essay. So he turned in all of these images right before he left, and he never got to see it. So it's, like I said, it's bittersweet, but what a talent, and it really catches you off guard when you lose a talent like that at such a young age. Yeah.
I'm sure you
We miss him. Like, we can still hear him. He used to come in the office a lot, so I can still hear him walking in saying, "Hey," and not there.
So sad.
Yeah, that is sad. But his wife, and they have a young son and a baby on the way, which is also very tragic. I learned so much from her in the process of his memorial and funeral.
Right.
So strong, such a strong woman, and such a great faith and a great bond with her husband. And I just witnessed her. She's one of those people who's taking care of everybody else, So at the funeral, at the memorial, she was making sure that you felt okay. Meanwhile, the rest of us were worried about her. But she's strong, and their love was strong, and we miss them.
Yes, you do. Was there ever a moment when you sat down with him one-on-one to talk about the future of his role at the Charleston Magazine?
You know, he and I did not specifically. Our art director had more of the connection with him because it's Melinda Smith-Monk is our art director, so she's in charge of all the visuals. And while she and I confer on those things, she hires the photographers and she makes those decisions.
Sure.
So he knew that we loved having him around. And I'm sure, you know, with all of the projects that we had lined up for him, he worked with us on a monthly basis. So I'm sure he felt quite secure with us. And as his career grew, he was starting to do stuff with the big nationals. So why he was out of town. And, so we felt lucky to have him in our stable.
You know, the last time I interviewed you 4 years ago, and I just went back and watched it, I know that...
I watched it recently too.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard for me to go back and look at those interviews that I've done.
Is it?
Oh, yes. But I know that you talked to me about one day having your own magazine, but obviously you want to stay here and grow the Charleston Magazine.
Well, although it's not mine, I feel like it is. Yeah. And, you know, I love the people I work with so much. It's a really tight-knit team, and I feel like everyone is so talented, and it's so interesting to be amidst people with such talent in their own ideas and getting together and brainstorming. So I would feel like I would be really missing out on that. And you know, I don't know if you know this, but we've been quietly launching a YouTube channel.
Is that right?
Have you seen it?
No, I gotta go and look on it after this.
You gotta check it out. Yeah, it's been very quiet. We haven't officially launched it. It will with our August issue.
Yes.
But yeah, we're starting to bring the pages to life. So yeah, whether it's a how-to on one of the food pieces, or a really fun one that's up now that you might enjoy is an interview we did with the owner of the Codfather.
Right.
Have you been there?
No, I've heard some great things.
I have too. I haven't made it there yet either.
Okay.
But he's a young man who's English, and I think originally from either Manchester or near Manchester, so he has this really great accent. And everybody keeps going on and on about the food there, so maybe we should go to lunch.
Sure, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Because all I do is eat Verde or Chipotle.
Oh gosh, yeah, let's go explore. There's plenty of places to eat in Charleston. Yeah.
I need to do that. Well, this was fun. Thank you so much.
It is fun. It's fun catching up.
Likewise.
I'll have to interview you for Charleston Magazine so I can hear more about what's going on with your life.
Sure.
That's fun.
Yeah, I'm just a regular person, you know, so I'll make it happen for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Darcy Shankland, thank you.
Thanks.
Anytime.
Good to see you.
Likewise.